Welcome back. We are continuing our series on who is God, his character, his person, his nature, trying to get a better sense of this God that we worship and serve. So I'm just going to introduce our subject for the next couple of weeks that we're going to be looking at. Mostly, it might just take us one, we'll see, but we're going to be looking at the Trinity. We've been looking at all these different attributes and kind of different ways that we can understand God, but one of the things that we haven't really explored yet is the triune God. You know, when we begin to talk about all these different things that I've been discussing, in a lot of ways, Jews and Muslims and other monotheists may agree with a lot of the things that I was saying about the nature of God and his character in the first in many different aspects of the first few videos that we talked about. So I bring that up to kind of point out like this idea of the Trinity is one of the reasons why Christianity is unique and distinct from other monotheistic religions. So I kind of wanted to start here and mention that we don't, sometimes you may hear the saying that Christians and Jews and Muslims all worship the same God. And when you begin to unpack that, you realize pretty soon that it's not the same God, at least in the Christian sense of it, because we understand God as triune. And so it's kind of, I think, a bit foolish to say that we are all serving and worshiping the same God, because we definitely understand, have different ideas of who that God is. So that statement, I think, is probably naive at best, um, ignorant at ignorant, or just bad thinking in general. Because if you're going to worship God as triune, there's no way he can be both triune and not triune at the same time. So the whole idea that we are all, as monotheists, that we all worship the same God is not rooted in logic. There might be some similarities, of course, because we are monotheist after all, but the idea of God being triune is unique and distinct to Christianity. And so when we're going to be thinking about the Trinity, which is an important part of what it means to be a Christian, you go back to all the ancient creeds. For example, the Apostles' Creeds divides it up into three statements about believing in God the Father, believing in God the Son, and believing in God the Holy Spirit. So, you go back to some of the very first creeds and confessions of the Christian church. This idea of God being triune and a Trinity has its origins all the way back when the Bible was being written, even. And you can see the apostles and disciples trying to articulate this understanding of God. And of course, we don't find the word Trinity in the Bible, but it's it's a word that we have that expresses what we believe to be the biblical teaching about who God is, as being three persons, each of those persons being fully God, yet there only being one God. And when we begin to unpack this, it's one of those things that can be mind numbing and challenging. So I do hope that this kind of helps you understand the Trinity better as we begin to explore it. But from the beginning, I just wanted kind of to mention and just kind of introduce the Trinity today, and one of the reasons that it makes us distinct from other monotheistic religions, of course, is that idea that God is three persons, um, but one being. How does that all work? That's going to be kind of our exploration in the next few days. So to be a Christian is to worship God as triune. So we're just introducing it today. We're going to begin to unpack those some different statements about triune God. Let me just give them now. First one is this: God is three persons. Second statement is each person is fully God. And the third one is there is one God. So we're going to unpack all those three statements and kind of summarize the biblical teachings about our God as triune. And hopefully this will help you understand our what it means to be a Christian a little bit better and to think about who God is. So if you have questions about the Trinity as we kind of go on, make sure to ask them, leave those below. I'd love to interact with you guys and hear from you. So side comment, figuring out a time and place to do this, but I have received some requests to do kind of a live Q&A. I will post those details later and let you guys know in a future video of when that's going to occur. But for now, I just wanted to kind of let you know that we will have a live Q&A at some point, which can be all encompassing of a bunch of different things. But for now, just wanted to mention that that is coming up as well. So hope you enjoyed this video. As always, love to hear from you. Leave comments below. and we will see you in the next video.